funny, to be honest.
It's disgusting.
No, it's funny.
I said that we weren't going to address it.
But we're addressing it.
But now we have to.
Because you press play, so we have to.
Because you're a brat.
I'm sorry, what just happened in the last 10 minutes of this footage that they're not going to hear because you purposely didn't press play?
No.
I want my water bottle now. I ordered it on Sunday. I want it now. It's Christmas time, B.
I don't give a shit. You're in Melbourne.
She's an only child.
If there's people... Hey, don't blame her on the only child syndrome.
It is the only child syndrome.
It's not, because I'm not like this normally.
She is.
No.
It's true.
But...
I can't say no to her. I'll get in trouble.
Our outfits from Cocoa Fields, they're from Melbourne. And they have... When do we get them? After ordering it? Like
the
2
next
days.
2 days, yeah. But that was... They said it was going to be express shipping. Frank Green has a note on their website that's like, hey, sorry, it's Christmas period.
Yeah, but that's like Cocoa Fields, I'm pretty sure, is one person. I'm pretty sure she does it on her own.
Yeah, and I think Frank Green is a bit bigger, babe.
Exactly. So shipping plus that. Let's go.
That's not what. No, it's different.
It is. It is.
Oh my god!
I want my water bottle now. I'm sick of using pump bottles.
Still her decision.
I want it now. No, I only ordered it on Sunday, so
exactly. She ordered it on a weekend.
I'm gonna give it to them at least until
they probably didn't even see it
Friday before I actually.
They probably not even working. They probably didn't get it until Monday.
Yeah, Monday morning, and then okay.
You got to give them how many days to process?
Hang on. If they've got, I understand that it's a busy period, so I'll give them that. But on their website, it does say if you order, they're one of those companies that if you order before a certain time on the same day, they ship it the same day.
B.
No, I know. But if they see it on Monday, they should be able to ship it out on Monday. So I should get it hopefully within the next couple of days.
Not on a busy period. Not
I don't care.
Like 20 days till Christmas.
I don't care.
It's literally 20 days till Christmas.
It does say 5 business days. 5 to 7 business days. So let's hope by next week I'll have my Frank Green water bottle so I can match. Chris over here.
Yeah. So why did you
Sorry, I don't know.
She's really angry, as you can tell. She just called me my full name.
Full name.
Ridiculous. We just literally spoke about that as well. Anyways, hi guys, how are we?
Hello everyone. Welcome back.
Welcome back to season 3, episode 3.
3.
Yeah, got it.
Yay, got it.
We got it. Obviously, we have had a bit of a rough week with the YouTube. We do apologise. We actually don't know what happened. We've spoken to people that use YouTube a lot. We've spoken to people that do a lot of videography, and we still can't figure it out. We thought the file was corrupt or something was wrong, but turns out it's either YouTube or our laptop's just absolutely shit. So we finally got it up, and we do apologise because the quality is not as amazing as it usually is. So we are sorry, because a lot of people do like to judge that. But it's up, and it's already got heaps of views, so thank you so much for that.
Thanks everybody for that. Yeah, it was a bit disappointing because we obviously wanted to get it up on time.
Yeah, it really got to be.
Which is quite annoying for me, especially. I was just talking to Kay and Riss before about it, how the quality is just not what it's normally like, which is really annoying. So essentially what happened is we tried to upload it as per usual. We did nothing different apart from the fact that we're in Canberra. That was the only difference with our filming.
Canberra's shithole, that's why.
So it was obviously just giving us bad voodoo with the video footage.
Fair enough, we had a terrible luck that weekend. So
good weekend, but terrible luck. But yeah, so it wouldn't upload the whole file itself. It would only upload half of the video. So shout out to my girls that let me know, because I had no fucking clue. So Jade and Tiana were like, hey, like your video's only uploaded half. I was like, what the fuck? What is going on?
It was very confusing because it didn't even give us a message.
Yeah,
like, you know how sometimes, like, obviously platforms will be like, hey, you can't upload the whole video.
Happening. Yeah.
We got told nothing, and it just didn't make any sense. But
it's up now. It's all good.
It is there.
So just apologies for the delay and apologies for the quality, because
yes,
not great. But fingers crossed that this one is completely fine and it's up. Obviously, we're a day late this week.
Yes. Big reason for that is because we were supposed to have some guests on.
Again,
boys disappointing us as normal.
I know,
as we're going to talk about.
Our girls are like spot on.
Always spot on.
They're always spot on.
They always come when they...
Sophia,
Sorry.
But not in that sense, you know.
It's not true at all.
No, not true at all. But yeah, Sophia and Bex were good.
They were so pumped.
They were great. Andy's been the only male guest, and Lorenzo actually. Lorenzo was really good with us as well. Jade's been good, but every time we try and organise with more than one male,
oh my god, it's like the end of the world.
It's not great. You guys are shit outs.
Like, you're not that busy.
No, honestly. What are you doing?
Seriously.
Getting high?
Literally.
You're not doing anything important.
You're not, literally. Like, last night, all three of you were just watching a fucking storm happen, so...
Legit could have done it last night too.
Anyways, we're not going to talk about it.
And if you're watching the YouTube video before I get outed for it...
She doesn't have nails on!
I ripped off my nails
yesterday. It has made me the happiest person in the world. I obviously support my best friend so much. But I literally said to be at the start of this week, maybe? Or like, no, sorry, last week. And I was like, you know what sucks? Like, I was going through all the YouTube videos and I am so just not consistent with my hair, with my lashes, with my nails. There is 1 week I don't have them on. There's 1 week I'm bare naked. And I'm like, what is happening with me? And B has been the same since day one.
I always
hair down, always
have my
lashes done,
always have my
nails done, and I'm full like just slumming it up while B's like perfect. And then today, the first time ever on ToxICK Twins,
I don't have any nails.
Has no nails on, but to be fair, she's got 2 out of the 3 going.
Yeah, I've got my lashes and I got a tan, so I'm doing okay. I was boxing last night and I hit the bag. And my thumbnail bent back in my glove.
You all know what that looks like and feels like.
I was in so much pain. I had to like rip my glove off, and I was like, it was throbbing.
Yeah,
so
stop.
I ended up just ripping them all off because they were all just doing my head in. My hair was getting caught.
Everyone knows the feeling.
Standard.
Girls, you get it. When that nail lifts, they're all gone.
Yeah.
Take them off. Mine have been on for nearly 4 weeks, so I'm super impressed.
Solid.
Especially with
so mine
how
were
I am.
about that as well, so I did pretty well.
Anyways, we also do want to start this by saying thank you so much. We obviously looked at our Wrapped on Spotify, which was such a little wholesome
it was very wholesome
for us.
Yeah.
Obviously, B doesn't look too much into the statistics of the podcast. I'm more looking at the numbers, everything like that, just because it interests me, not because it's something we want to like invest time in. It's literally just because I like to see the numbers.
Yeah.
So I always tell B, I'm like, look at this, like this is doing better than this. And I think it's more just so I can figure out what entices people to listen and like what subjects are kind of making people want to listen more.
Yeah.
And then, so I looked at the Wrapped and it was just crazy. Like we were on the top 3 most listened to on so many people's. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, we had a few people message
which
us
was
and
incredible.
Tell us, which
like,
is amazing.
We've had day oneers like Erin,
Jade,
yep. A couple girls from Melbourne, Mackenzie, you messaged me as well, which was so beautiful. So it was very like it was overwhelming to kind of look at. I was like,
it was really nice. It was really nice to see everyone.
Some weeks we just sit here and we're just like, cool. We're just
like even last week we were just like, we just chat so much shit. Like we ramble. We ramble a lot, and sometimes
it's been nearly 10 minutes.
Well, yeah, exactly. And sometimes we don't really like know what we're going to talk about, so we do obviously rely on you guys to give us like feedback and content and stuff, like topics to talk about. And sometimes we wing this majority of the time.
Hard.
Like we come in and we're like, the fuck are we going to talk about?
We got this.
Like, let's just go. Like, let's just talk like normal. And we end up obviously producing stuff for you guys every week, but sometimes it gets a little bit
it's hard.
So it's very heartwarming to know that.
It seriously was. Like,
listeners.
Honestly, we're not here to make money. We're not here to go big. If it happens, awesome. But like, realistically, it's actually just this amazing experience that we get to do together. And it brings us together every week. Yeah. And when we're not doing it, we're all just like... I remember last week we did it on Saturday, and then it got to Wednesday, and we're both like...
What the fuck?
This is weird. I miss you.
I haven't seen you on Monday. This is weird.
But yeah, so anyways, we are so grateful. So thank you so much.
Yes, thank you to each and every one of you.
We've also decided that we are going to bring Erin on the podcast, whatever it's called. She's going to come on. Which will be so much fun.
Yeah.
On our morning show.
Afternoon show or morning by the time most people listen to it.
Anyways, so she will be coming on. So be ready for that.
Yeah, that'll be exciting.
We get to meet the infamous Erin.
Yeah, this is always spoken about.
Yes. Anyways, this week we're actually going to chat about situationships, which is everyone's favourite topic of conversation. We will kind of dive into the whole gist of it, so kind of like relationship based things. situationships in general, and then like exes and stuff like that. So B's done some research, found some stories, stuff like that. First off, we're going to chat about like our kind of views on situationships or our experiences with it. But the first thing we want to read out is...
It's on yours.
It's on mine. I think I screenshotted it. I did. If you guys don't know the definition of a situationship, B is going to read it out according to the Urban Dictionary, which I had only heard today, and I am amazed.
And this is great. This is like, it sums it up absolutely fucking perfectly.
Let's go.
So, a situationship, according to Urban Dictionary, is when one or two motherfuckers take part in a relationship, but out of fear of making things serious or messy, do not label it, leading to said relationship ironically becoming more serious and messier. A situationship is emotional trauma in a gift box. That's exactly what it is.
If you've been through it, if you're in it, you know that is a fucking spot on.
It's so
definition.
Spot on.
Because
so
realistically, you are dickheads because you both know what's going on.
Yeah.
You just do not want to address it. You don't want to get involved. A lot of the time, it can be more one party that is worse. Probably more our situations kind of have that involvement.
Yeah.
But just in general, they fucking suck.
Yeah, situationships are not fun.
Like, they suck. I haven't been in many, to be honest. I think I've been in, like, 1 or 2.
I think I've been in 3.
Three
that have, like...
Probably 1, and that's literally recent. And
yeah, your proper one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every other one I've got...
Actually, you know what? If I'm gonna call them proper... like proper situationships, I think I've only really been in 1.
Yeah, it's fair.
1.
Because a lot of the time, you kind of both know it's happening, so it doesn't even become a situationship. I think some people kind of just back out before it. Due to lack of communication from the male species.
And majority of the time it is from the male species, I'm sorry.
You guys suck.
You guys do suck. And like, a lot of the times, like, as we all know, and as all Riss knows more than anyone, she's an emotional fucker over here, and I'm talking about me, not her. I'm talking about me.
It's very fair.
So she knows how frustrated I get when the male species does not communicate with me. And I'm a pretty big communicator, especially since obviously being single. Communication has obviously been my biggest part of situationships, I suppose.
Yeah.
Being just like upfront of how I'm feeling, like obviously. Again, I'm a pretty emotional person, so if I start to get feelings for you, you'll know about it. Like, I'm not going to hide it.
Which is good. I think that's positive. I think it's always good to wear your heart on your sleeve, go into it knowing what you want, and then it's really the other person's fault if it doesn't figure shit out.
So with me in particular, like, I go into it, and I've spoken about this like quite a couple of times, but I go into seeing someone pretty much just seeing where it goes, like having some fun, you know, sex is whatever. But then if it happens multiple times, like if I've slept with a person multiple times and I happen to get feelings for them, I'll tell them. And then that 9 out of 10 times, they go, fuck. See ya. I'm like, okay, that's fine. But then it also, that's where it gets a bit tricky with the guys being like, shit, she's into this more than I am. I'm not going to tell her. I'm just going to...
Yeah, I'm just going to back the fuck up.
There's a door. That's where I'm going to go. And I'm just going to leave her in here to be like, what's happened?
He's just died and his ghost is like...
Yeah. So I think I'm pretty full forward sometimes, and I used to think that was a problem.
No.
But fuck yous all.
You're the fucking problem.
Fuck yous all. I don't give a shit.
That's it.
I love hard, and I don't really care about that. And I've obviously spoken to Riss about that, to be like, be a bit emotional with your situationship, because it could potentially be a good thing, and I do think you're good if you're listening. I do think you're a good guy.
Oh my god.
But like, Riss is obviously like, oh, I'm freaking out, like, I feel this.
Let's just unpack this.
I feel like she's actually having emotions with this one.
I don't have emotions.
But she does.
It's not a thing. I don't feel that.
If we do happen to get him on.
He's not, oh my god.
Like he said, he's going to out you so bad.
I'm so done with this.
He's not coming on. He's not coming on for that reason.
He's not coming on. He's tried to call B so many times to just be like, she does this with me. She does this with me. She likes to hug me. And I'm like, B knows. The rest of the world does not.
No.
That's where it stays.
No.
Okay? I look after B, and I'm the hard one.
She's the hard ass.
So no one else can know this shit.
B's the emotional
B's the
one that falls apart all.
I fix it. Done.
Yeah.
That's it.
But I'm very much like that. I'm like, you know, just feel your emotions. Just if it happens, it happens. Yeah, they're gonna get heartbroken, or you're gonna get the love of your life type thing. So
yeah. I think it's kind of just important to. I think yes, I fucking hate admitting it, but you just need to, you know, realize the situation you're in and know that you can't control everything. This is my biggest problem. I am a control freak. I don't like not having control. I don't like not knowing what's going on. And that for me frustrates me because I'm like, even though like right now I don't know what's happening. Like I don't need to know. I'm happy having fun doing my thing. Like I'm enjoying the situation.
What's going on? Yeah.
And that's amazing. But then there's days where you're like, fuck, what's he thinking? Oh, fuck. Like, shit.
Why isn't he messaging me back? Like, why is it taking him so long? Why is he seeing my message and hasn't replied?
And you're just like, why am I thinking this? And I think the biggest thing I can say is just, you know, remember you can't control what other people do.
Yeah.
You can't control what they think. And don't ever think for someone else. That is the biggest toxic trait you can have. Because most of the time, and I'm going to say 99.9% of the fucking time, boys don't think shit. They don't know what's going on.
There's nothing going on there.
You'll literally be like sitting in bed being like, oh, cool, like, I wonder what he's thinking. And he's just like, I wonder what's happening with the football right now. And I'm like...
Yeah, he doesn't think logically. He thinks about stupid shit.
They don't.
Irrelevant shit.
They don't. So when they've left you on red, it could be because they're like, oh, I can't be really replying. I don't know what to say. Whatever. I'll talk to her later. And you're like, oh my God, I've been left on red. Oh my fucking God. Like, most of the time, they don't understand what's happening. They don't put into perspective on how a female thinks. Like, especially if you are in a situation with someone. Yeah. And you're messaging or whatever, and then all of a sudden he leaves you on scene. They don't go, oh fuck, maybe she's gonna overthink. No,
like they don't think that. They're kind of just like, I'm gonna go sit down and watch the footy.
Exactly, because they're not thinking about it, and that's where your head just needs to be like, cool, I control what I can control. I'm gonna do me. Whatever happens. I just got a text. Okay. We're not gonna talk about it. Anyways, but seriously, like, I think it's always important to vent to people as well, because being in your own head about these kind of things is just detrimental. Yeah. Talk to your girls, write it down, and just be like, cool, I'm thinking this. What do you feel? Because a lot of the time, like, I know that, like, B, K, Larissa, people I know have always been in, like, kind of situationships. And I think, to be honest, because of them and their experiences, bless their souls, they are the most beautiful people I've ever met. And they get treated like crap. And everyone that knows me knows that I am not the person that will give you my heart straight away at all. Like, it takes a lot. And I think I'm just genuinely scared to get hurt by someone.
Yeah, which is totally fair.
Which is a lot of people's fears. Yeah. So it's completely fair.
No one ever wants to get hurt. No one's going to purposely put themselves in that situation to get hurt.
So I think my biggest thing is just to be like, just enjoy yourself. Who cares what happens? Like, have fun. Yeah. And, like, if you're enjoying the moment, enjoy it for what it is.
Yeah. Try not to think too much into it. Yeah. Unless you are genuinely feeling like the reciprocation and, like, you think you're feeling some way, and then you think that they're feeling the same way. Just talk to them.
Yeah. Just don't self-sabotage something that might make you happy, basically. That's just about it.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Go! So legit the advice I gave to her on the trip up to Canberra. Trip down to Canberra is I was just like, look, I've learnt the hard way, and you've seen how it affects me, which is unfortunate, but...
Which means I would genuinely stab someone that does it again.
Yeah, look, we're not going to go there, but I don't want her to obviously go through the same thing as what I did, but at the same time, I don't want her to put up her walls and miss out on a good person because she's seen what happened to Kay and she's seen what happened to me and all of that sort of stuff. So just, like, be aware of the situation, but also don't shut down completely because you're scared, because unfortunately it's not something that's in your control, really.
No, so it's not. So just have fun.
Yeah, have fun, live life.
That's what it is.
Being single is great. I want to put that out there.
It is, especially when you have a best friend.
Yes, 100% having a best friend, it definitely helps. But we're also going to give a big shout out to Riss as well, because it's her 1 year today of being single. We're just going to pop that in there.
It is.
And I'm also going to touch base on this, because I think a lot of people see this as, like, because obviously Riss and I post on social media when shit like this happens. Like, she did it for me, I did it for her, bought her flowers, she got me a gift. Like, you know, it's what best friends are for.
Legit.
But I'm also going to touch base on this because a lot of people don't think that it's that important. When you look at the situations that we've been through, so obviously Riss she's had relationships, but me on the other hand, I've had 2 6-year relationships.
Yeah.
We were both very codependent on our partners. So obviously there is a bit more to it than us just being like, hey, we've been single for a year.
Yeah, it's not us celebrating.
No. Kay's been single for over 4 years. Like, there's people out there that haven't even had partners.
Yeah.
You know, whatever.
Amazing.
Like, good for you.
Good work, 100%.
But, like, I've had a few people question me being like, oh, like, is it really that... Not saying, like, is it really that big of a deal? But it is.
More just not understanding what we're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of just like we've posted about each other because we're proud of each other, because we know what we've gone through.
Yeah.
And, like... It's good. It's a good milestone for both of us because we've grown a lot as people and we've done it together. So
it's a big deal. Like, I think the biggest thing that you go obviously
Jesus. I'm kidding.
The biggest thing that you obviously don't understand or don't know is that B, especially B, hasn't been single for this long, for 12 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Literally nearly half her life. Like,
yeah.
That's why it's such a big deal. And mine's nearly 10 years of my life I hadn't been single for that long.
Yeah.
And it's just because we are so dependent on people. We used to be so obsessed with being around someone because we love them. And that's not a problem at all. But that's what we wanted to get out of. We wanted to lose the reliance. I wanted to focus more on my independence. B, obviously, you know, hasn't had to do anything like that for 12 years.
No.
Jumped from one relationship to another. No problems with that. I did the same thing with multitudes of them. Yeah. Sounds ridiculous. But sometimes you just don't want to accept that you need to be by yourself. And the decisions we made a year ago have defined what we do now and who we are now. And that's what we're proud of.
Yeah. And we're obviously going to talk more about this into this segment. Like, we were comfortable.
Oh, God.
At this time last year, in our relationships, we were comfortable. And obviously we're going to touch base. Well, we're going to touch base about staying in relationships because of comfort and unfamiliar pain and all of that sort of stuff. But that was, like, especially for me.
Yeah.
It was massive. Like, Tristan and I were together for 6 years and we lived together. And, like, it was all about comfort for me. So, you know, it's multiple things. So we're very proud of each other.
That's what it is.
And thank you to everyone who is proud of us too.
I literally high-fived Marissa today. Give me a high five.
Exactly. But I just wanted to touch base on that because a lot of people kind of go, why are you, like, what's the big deal?
It's a big deal.
It's a big deal.
So, it is, especially when, you know, B's obviously always been at home. She's really close with her mum. Like, it's been a big process for us both to kind of part ways from old lives, from old people, to become our own people. And
Riss has obviously moved from Melbourne. Like, she moved away from her family, not because of him.
I love my family. not because of him. No, but
not because of him. But it was like he was a big reason on why she moved. But now she no longer has him. She's had to do this on her own. So, like, anyway,
it's hard.
I could rant about this shit. But I just wanted to put that out there. And congrats to Riss for 1 year of her.
We've both done it. It's incredible.
Crazy.
But anyways, back to what we were talking about. How about you tell us some of the stories that you come up with?
Okay, yeah. So I looked in to some stories just to get some content for you guys. They're very short, so I'll just go them back to back. I think these are American as well, so
of course, they're so fucked up.
But they've always got juicy goss.
Here we go.
In America. So when I first moved to Miami, I met this girl in the gym who was my ex-girlfriend's line sister. Don't know how that works. Anyway,
ex-girlfriend's sister?
Line sister. Line?
Where's the line?
That must be an American term. Anyway.
Oh.
She and my ex were really close, but we were vibing, so we exchanged numbers. We would go and grab drinks, get wasted, and then have random sex. We would call it what it was because I thought she didn't want a title due to her relationship with my ex. So obviously she's friends with the ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, right.
Well, my ex saw that I was following her on Instagram and my ex reached out to her about it. The girl told my ex that I had been desperately trying to hook up with her and edited all her DMs by deleting her messages.
Oh no.
I thought we were good, but now they both somehow hate me. This girl let my ex post on her sorority Facebook group about me. Every girl I knew from the college clowned me for months about it.
Why? Was it a
rough.
setup?
That's rough. How could she, if she is close with the ex-girlfriend, how could she not know?
Must have been a setup. No, it must have been a
setup.
Know? That's ridiculous.
Yeah. There's some crazy ones.
Damn.
Okay, next one. I met this woman years ago in New York. She would travel between here and Chicago for work. We met at a random party and went out a couple of times while she was working in New York for extended periods. She would go back to Chicago for weeks and then return to New York randomly for work. But when she did, they would hook up. She would stay at my spot. She had clothes there and all. When she was in town, she acted like my girl. I was cool with it. We're both mature.
Duh, obviously.
One day I was at work on one of the apps being single and I came across her profile. So I hit her up because from the picture, I guess she didn't know it was me. How she didn't, I don't know.
What?
So I flirted with her and even planned a hookup. I was upset to see I was getting played, so I texted her screenshots of our combos. Haven't heard from her since. She blocked me and all. I found out later she was crushing with the guy at the party who we met at. I couldn't be mad, but damn.
What?
So that's the thing about situationships, right? So shit like this happens.
You can't
be angry. Like, it is what it is. But you don't have a label, so you can't be angry.
That's stupid.
That's the thing that pisses me off about situationships is that shit like that happens, which we've seen in my circumstance. I couldn't be angry. I said that to you, didn't I, when we were out?
I was angry.
Yeah, no, I know you were. But like when we were out, when we found out about it, I was like, okay, like, thank you for letting me know as a best friend. Like, I'm glad you're looking out for me, but like, I can't be angry at it because he's not my boyfriend. Like, I'm just seeing him.
I'm so angry.
Anyway.
Situation shithouse.
Yeah. This one. My ex and I decided we would just fuck and be friends because we were both in relationships. Right? However, she started getting attached and started allowing our shit to spill over into her relationship.
Of course.
Her boyfriend noticed the change in her attitude, etc.
You'd fucking hope so, bro.
So the boyfriend went through her phone, found all of our shit, and discovered I was saved as little bro. She and the boyfriend got into a bad fight. The boyfriend dumped her. Then I stopped talking to her because I felt it was too much of a mess and didn't want it to spill into my relationship. So ultimately, we both lost. And
what?
This guy's 30. Legit says their name and their age, and he's 30.
That's messed up. That's like double home wrecking. With your
ex,
ex, so it's
like
even worse.
weird.
It's like going back to a fucking shit house that you left.
Yeah. I've got two more, so I'll just quickly go through these. I was in a situationship with a chick who was already in a committed lesbian relationship. I don't know. Anyway. I met her in a club during All-Star weekend. I didn't know then that she was a lesbian at the time. She told me she was married. But she wasn't getting anything from the marriage, not just sexually.
I've heard that before.
But mentally.
Bloody hell.
We would go out as friends, kiss here and there, and of course we had sex. She would stay over, and she was fine with other girls and me kicking it because she was married. We were old school, typical friends with benefits. Long story short, her partner found out and she tried to run me over.
I would do that, to be honest. Fuck, that's funny. Imagine that. Fucking angry lesbian just fucking
like trying to run you over. Okay, last one. I had caught feelings for my situationship. I would never tell her because I didn't want to fuck up a good thing.
This is a boy?
Standard.
Damn.
Yeah, it's a boy. How about she popped in one day with a text, I just got engaged, we can't hang out anymore. And some fake sorrow emoji. I didn't even know she was dating someone else seriously to accept a ring. We've gone through that. Like with multiple guys. Through? Like sorry, not to the extreme, but like we've been with guys and then all of a sudden like they're like, no, not really ready for a relationship, whatever. And then all of a sudden they've got a girlfriend.
Oh, this happens all the time.
Yeah. Or they've got a blonde.
The blonde, man. There's so fucking many.
They like, you'd be seeing a guy, you'd be sleeping with him a couple of times, and then it like kind of would fizzle out. And then all of a sudden they've got a girlfriend.
And then they'll come back after their other situationship and be like, sorry, I couldn't do much when I had a girlfriend.
I don't know who you're talking about. Oh, no, I do know who you're talking about.
Oh, yeah,
yeah, I was like, wait a minute, hang on.
You do know.
No, okay, yeah, no, I do know who you're talking about. Sorry.
Anyways, like, seriously.
I couldn't do that when I was dating someone.
What is that? How quickly? But this is the funny thing. They'll be like, I don't want anything. And you'll be like, I don't either. Cool. Next minute, you see her on his story and she's out for dinner with him and you're like, oh, okay. That's funny, isn't it?
It's funny just because, like, you kind of go, like, fair enough, I didn't want anything. And you didn't want anything either.
Yeah.
But, like, what made her so special?
Desperate little fuck.
For you to turn around and be like, oh, I'm going to start dating her. Like, I'm all for women power. Like, you do you, boo. Like, do what's best for you. But what the fuck?
He's trash.
Like, I don't know. Maybe
I didn't want him. You don't either.
Exactly. Maybe that's my emotional side coming out. But
it is her emotional side. I'm like, fuck him. And she's like, why?
Yeah. I'm like, what did I have that
you are trash.
Anyways.
That's funny. But, so yeah, that's just not a thing. Again, I guess it's going to lead us into the next part, which is relationships. So obviously B explained we were in relationships where we were stuck because one, COVID had just happened, everything like that, and we were comfortable.
Yeah, yours especially was
definitely
shit timing. It was COVID, yeah.
And no one wants to be alone during COVID. Fuck that. It sucked.
Yeah, especially when we were in lockdown.
Yeah.
And all that sort of stuff.
So, like, that was a shit time for sure. But I think, like, the biggest thing is that people, especially now, just seem to stay with partners just because. And, like, I've had conversations with really close friends that are like, I'm with him, I'm trying to see if he's going to change, blah, 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 blah. He's good this week. And I've had that. I've said that to
I've had that.
We've said that to each other.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, but it's really good this time.
But he's good this week. Like,
he's nice to me. He didn't yell at me.
Yeah. We've had that multiple times.
Yeah.
And, like, that's obviously a hard thing, especially when you're a long-term relationship as well.
Yeah.
It's a hard thing to snap out of, and it's a hard thing to...
100%.
Like, with my situation with Tristan, like I said, 6 years, he was living with me. There were multiple reasons on why I didn't want to separate with him. I do think that I was the main person that was like, this isn't working, but I was a little bitch and didn't talk to him about my feelings and didn't want to, like, end it because I was so comfortable. Loved his friends, loved his family. I didn't want to lose any of that. We have a dog together. So there was, like, multiple factors that I was kind of like, I'm not letting this guy go because I'm comfortable and I love everything that's happening. Apart from... Obviously, the relationship was dying off. Yeah. So that, I think that is it's a very hard pill to swallow, but...
It is, but don't stay with someone because of materialistic things or because of things you own or you have together. Like, you can replace that shit. Everything is replaceable.
Yeah.
Like, why be somewhere you're not happy? Waiting for someone to change where they're not going to change.
Yeah.
Like... I'm sorry.
Especially if it has to do with the behaviour of the other person.
Don't make them change. It's who they are.
Yeah.
Like, it's the whole thing where it's like, I once read a quote that, like, stuck with me for so long. And it was like, just because, like, you wouldn't drink poison because you're thirsty, right? Mm-hmm. Why stay with someone you know is not good for you?
Yeah. Why are you staying with the poison if you know it's going to kill you?
Like, why? It's not going to help you. Like, if you were thirsty, it would kill you. What you're doing is just prolonging so much pain, so much hurt, when the reality is you don't want to feel a pain that you've never felt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or a pain you felt before. Everyone knows that heartbreak sucks. It's fucking gut-wrenching. When you go through it, it feels like it is never going to end. I've watched B go through it. I've been through it myself. It's terrible. But... I promise you that once you pass the unfamiliar stage of that pain, your life...
It's the initial hurt that is the worst.
Literally.
But like everybody says, it comes with time.
It does.
Like, just give yourself time.
Yeah.
And it's only for a short period of time. Like, fair enough, you might, like, be really upset for days on end, and then you'll have really good days, and then you'll be upset again. Like, that's normal.
It is.
But, like, it's the initial pain, and that's the uncomfortable, unfamiliar pain that you don't want to go through.
Yeah.
It's not going to be like that forever.
No.
Trust me, boo.
But if you stay in it, you're going to be in a relationship where you're like, I deserve better. I don't need to be upset or wondering when he's coming home, what he's doing.
Yeah.
Is he lying to me? Blah, blah, blah.
And then you're also not going to find that someone better if you're stuck where you are.
That's the whole thing. And, like, again, another quote for me was literally that don't let your boyfriend stop you from finding your husband.
Yeah, I said
exactly. And, like, as much as it's toxic as fuck, realistically, it's the truth.
Yeah.
If you're with someone that you know is not your everything, the person that hasn't got the same kind of energy and the needs that you have.
Yeah.
Because let's be real, no one's ever going to have 10 out of 10 of the needs that you want. Everyone knows that. But if they've got the highest amount and that's what you love them for, that's why you stay.
Or your most important ones. Like, I know that family orientation is very big for me, and if my man doesn't have high family morals, then I'm sorry, it just won't work.
Like, to the curb.
Yeah, I've been through it. So, like, if you're not going to be close with your family, or you don't have the respect for your family like I do, it's just not going to work, which is simple, really. Like, and that's my biggest one. Like, he could be a bum, but have really good family morals. Like,
he's a 2.
Yeah, he's a 2, but he's got really good family morals. Like, it really makes him like a 7. So
it's true. Like, qualities define a person. Like, you fall for people and you are attracted to the people because of who they are.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
So don't stay in something where you genuinely know deep down that if it ended,
not where you're meant to be.
One, you probably in the next couple of months will be the best version of yourself. And, like, I was watching another TikTok of other podcasters, and they were talking about how there's, like, the cup and the jug theory, where it's like, where it's like, you're a jug, which I definitely know B and I are jugs. That sounds weird.
We're all jugs.
Some people.
So you got to find your jug.
And it means that, so let's say I'm seeing someone that is a cup and I'm a jug. Obviously, we know that there are 2 different fucking volume capacities there. Yeah, cool. A jug's got heaps. A cup's got not too much. Cool if you're a cup. Settle for a cup. Who the fuck cares?
You've got to be a cup as well,
That's fine. You, as a cup, can't pour everything you have into a jug and fill it. I'm sorry. You can't.
And it's the same vice versa.
Vice versa. A jug is going to give you all that they've got, and they're going to fucking suffocate you.
Yeah.
Because you can't take all of that.
Yeah.
So it's okay. If you're 2 cups, bring them together.
Yeah.
Perfect. If you're 2 jugs, bring them together.
Perfect.
There's a whole lot of love there.
Yeah.
But if you're 2 different things, one is going to freak out the other, and another one is just going to feel like they've just given you everything and it's meant nothing.
Yeah. And that's okay.
It is okay.
Like, it's okay if you end up if you're a jug and you end up finding a cup. It's not going to work, and that's all right. Like, you've obviously given her your all.
Yeah.
And it didn't work. Move on.
And that's the thing.
You'll find your jug.
I promise. And I think the biggest thing and I think that's why we are so proud of each other for the way that we've handled a whole year, is because, to be honest, and I literally just posted a TikTok about it, I would not be able to find someone like that ever again, because I have B, who has genuinely been everything I've ever needed in a person, as a best friend, which is amazing because I don't have to hug her. And it's been the easiest year of my life, because no matter what happened, we've always been there for each other, and it's because we're the exact same people when it comes to showing and receiving love.
Yeah.
Obviously mine is very different in the sense
I do get it. I promise, I do get it. Check out our Instagram. Last post. I do get the affection.
She does. It's only
every now and then.
It's only me. But that's what I mean. Like, don't wait for someone to show you what you deserve, because realistically, sometimes it takes a best friend to show you just how much you mean to someone.
Yeah.
Because other people just might not be able to give that to you.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean you're not worth it. It just means they're not the person.
It just means you're with the wrong person.
Exactly.
Whether that be friendships or relationships or whatever, you're just around the wrong people.
Yeah, and it happens. It's fair. Sometimes you meet the people that you feel like are right for you, and sometimes it's just terrible timing, and sometimes you're just not at the right place in life.
Yeah,
which is okay, but that's why you also need to have time alone.
Yeah, you need to figure that out.
Yeah,
on yourself, like by yourself,
exactly,
and on your own terms before trying to fill up another jug.
Yeah,
you need to sort yourself out before, and really just focus on what you need.
Yeah, and that's okay. It's so hard. Like, it's
so
fucking hard. There's days where I'm like, I just want a partner.
Oh yeah, I'm like that all the time. I see like Instagram photos of like couples and TikToks, and I'm like, that'd be nice. So nice right now.
But then
nah.
I'm sorry.
No, we don't need you.
Sorry.
No, we don't need you.
It's not it. Like, it's not. Yeah. And that's okay. Like, I've actually just recently had an ex come back into my life, and it was actually really good. I actually thought I wanted to be back with him, and I'll admit that I thought about it, and that was definitely not good of me to do a complete 180. I'll definitely own up to that. But this person originally broke my heart, and I loved him so much. This was when I was like 18. No, that's a lie. 20. And he came back into my life. We were already like share a dog, everything like that. Beautiful person. Again, I used to think he was the love of my life. He come back in, and I was like, cool, yes, amazing, let's try again. We've both had so much time apart. We've both grown. And I saw that he'd grown, but it wasn't as much as I had. And I think, to be honest, I got to a point where I was like, shit, I do have so much love for you, but you're also in love with a girl that is not here anymore.
Yeah.
And you're wanting that, and by wanting that, you're trying to drain me of who I am now, and I'm not that person. And it's frustrating when someone sees you a certain way and that's not who you are anymore.
Especially when you've done so much growth development as well.
Yeah. For
them to turn around and have so much, like, clench on someone who's not even there anymore. Like, she's a completely different person now, and she's done so much hard work to get to this stage. So you don't want that someone to try and, like, pull you back into your old ways.
No. And, like, as much as I will always care about you and love you, it's not the same love as it used to be. And that was really hard to acknowledge, because it's like, shit, I thought this person was my person for a long time. Yeah. And that's okay. But I'm so grateful for where I am now, and I would never jeopardize that just because I thought that was my person. Yeah. Because it can change. Yeah. And that is okay as well.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard to steer away from those old emotions as well. Like,
oh, for sure.
Especially when someone comes back into your life and you're kind of like, oh, like, I miss doing this with you, and I miss this, and I miss that. Familiar shit. Yeah. But don't, like, especially when you get to a certain point in your life where you have done so much work and self-development and all that sort of stuff, don't just let it get swept under the rug, being like, okay, I'm fine now, like, I can go into this with the, like, with who I am now. Yeah. That other person's, unless that other person is clearly done work for themselves and sees you as this new person, because it's not going to be the exact same. But it's hard to get out of those unfamiliar. Sorry.
Literally.
No. It's hard to get away from those feelings, especially when they're brought back up.
It's true. And if you can be able to find yourself, you will find so much more out of the people that are around you now, and you'll just be like, cool, I'm in a place that I'm so happy with, and you will celebrate stupid shit, like, it's been a year being single. But just the biggest thing I think everyone needs to hear is that all the love that you've given to the world, I promise, and the ones that you've given to the wrong people will come back to you eventually. Yeah. So if you've given it to absolute assholes, drop kicks, you know, we can keep going. I'm going to get aggravated by it. And this is literally 100%, like, this is directed at B for sure, because B wears a heart on her sleeve, shows the most love I've ever seen from anyone. Still has so much love for people that treat her like shit. But, like, just know that all that love that you gave to someone that you thought was gone or was taken for granted, it will come back to you tenfold.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it. It might take a while, but it genuinely will, because that's what you deserve. And no one's ever gonna want to be with someone that's can give so much love.
Yeah. The right person will come eventually, and that person will take all of your love that you can give and reciprocate it.
It's very true.
You just got to find them.
Yeah. Or you could go to a tarot and they'll tell you
what kind of water sign. No, don't do that. Fuck with your brain. Okay, I'm going to say that. Don't go, if you're into the tarot readings or you're into mediums or whatever, like, it's okay, like, because I'm into that sort of stuff. We all know that. Don't do it when you're emotional, and don't do it fresh out of a situation breakup. Don't do it. Just don't do it to yourself. Out of personal experience, just don't do it to yourself, because you'll fucking hate it, and then you'll go, oh no, that shit is just not true, whatever. Yeah. Just don't do it.
Don't
or just don't do it at all.
Don't do it. It's like the whole, how long is my life expectancy? Don't ask that shit. You're gonna find out you're gonna die in like
2 years,
10 years. Like, don't ask questions you don't want to know.
Just live your life.
Same in a situationship. Don't ask that bitch a fucking thing. Don't ask them if they're sleeping with someone else, because
you'll get hurt.
Yeah.
Unless you're very open with your situationship. I have one of those, and he's fucking He's good. He's open, like, and the feelings are mutual.
Even then, great. I still would be like, no.
I don't.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear about it.
Yeah. So I'm at a stage where I'm comfortable with him, where I wouldn't really care, to be honest.
Which is fair. Like, I don't think I care. It's more, I don't like hearing about stuff. Like, I wouldn't tell someone. I don't need someone to tell me.
Yeah, so I wouldn't tell them. Unless you ask, I wouldn't tell them.
I wouldn't ask.
Yeah.
Because, like, just don't do that shit. It's like searching for shit on a cheating boyfriend's phone. You're going to find shit
and then you're going to hurt yourself. Yeah. And then you're going to get emotional.
It's your fault.
Yeah, it'll be your own fault because you searched for it.
Exactly. I'm pretty sure that's what she would do anyway, so.
I mean, I would...
If you had a chance to go on that person's phone.
Oh, yeah, 100%. 100%. But that's because he lied to me.
Oh, seriously. Also, before we end this, and I'm saying it now because I get to say it. If you lie about a relative...
Oh, we're talking... Okay, you can hear
passing away or being sick. I don't care if this is loud. You can all hear it. If you lie about a family member being deathly ill
on his death,
get out of a fucking situationship, I swear to God, I will grab the sharpest object in my kitchen and shove it straight up your fucking ass. That is pathetic. It is so sad. And I can't.
Just tell her that it's moving too quickly and you can't do it anymore. Don't lie about someone dying.
Don't kill someone! Oh.
On that note, we're going to shut off today's episode. We love you all. We'll see you next week. Thank you again for tuning in. We'll speak to you soon.
Bye guys.
Bye everybody.